China reports 7,000 cases of chikungunya virus. This is your favorite half Chinese. Before we continue, please like, share, and also subscribe to my channel. Thank you. And that is actually what had been sent to me, asking me if it is true or not. And yes, they have reported 7,000 cases, as it seems. However, the way that it is being framed is not accurate. Especially for the people that are doing these kind of things on TikTok. Please be a little bit more mindful and do your research, because they're framing like it is a new virus coming from China, which is absolutely not true. Let's dive into this article from the BBC. Here I have highlighted a couple of things. Although rare in China, it is rare in China. That means it is not common for the people who do not understand. Chikungunya virus outbreaks are common in South and Southeast Asia and parts of Africa. In fact, it actually originated in Africa. So a couple of things from this article which I highlighted is quite important, so we just go through that. I will link all the sources in the description. If you are watching this on TikTok, go to my YouTube and look in the description box and you will find all the links, all right? So, 1, there is no cure, but deaths from chikungunya are rare. So, do not panic directly, just be very mindful. China will explain what you have to do in a bit. The virus was first identified in Tanzania in 1952. It then spread to other countries in sub-Saharan Africa and Southeast Asia. To date, it has been reported in more than 110 countries. So for everybody who is doing like it is something totally new and comes from China, you know, some people are doing this because they just blatantly ignorant, are not reading the articles and just reading this, the shock value, right? China reports 7,000 cases of chikungunya virus. And they want to do this either for hits or they deliberately just want to paint China in a very negative light. Not talking about the BBC, I'm talking about actually a lot of the creators on TikTok and YouTube, right? Be mindful, you are fooling your audience. They do not deserve that. Now, about the virus is not contagious and only spreads when an infected person is bitten by a mosquito that then goes on to bite others. All right, so that is the way it does. Now, I'm going to tell you what China is doing about it after we are going to do a couple of other things. So this is from the European Center for Disease Prevention and Control. See, these are the things that you have to do. If you want to speak on this, you need to go to the official sites to look what it actually is. So I have here, in 2025 to date, the Americas account for the highest number of, say, CHIKVD cases reported worldwide as mid-July 2025 data collected 1450 July 2025. The countries reporting the highest number of CHIKVD cases are Brazil, 185,553. Now let's just think about that. 185,553. Now, the reporting of the BBC was more or less quite correct, but China reports 7,000 cases is big news, but there was not a headline about Brazil with 185,553. Now, not throwing shade on Brazil because, God, nobody wants to be sick, all right? It's very unfortunate for those people. But this is what I'm trying to show every single day to you guys. The propaganda that people are throwing over you is just utterly disgusting. Because I already see a lot of people blaming China because, oh, there's a new virus and everybody is starting to being angry at China already, same like it was with C-19, which, to my knowledge, people still don't know where it actually comes from. But they most likely it didn't even start in China. Yet the Chinese people are still being blamed for that, right? It's gotta stop somewhere, especially since this virus originated such a long time ago. What was it, 1952 or 1852? I forgot. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. And here we see the whole map of the case, and as you can see, China is not the worst one, right? Here in South America actually are the worst cases, as you can see exactly here. So please be mindful. Instead of, I understand that you want to make your content, you want to have some shock effect, you want to get those hits, you're trying to get those subscribers, etc. But don't do it at the cost of a whole other people, and in this case, again, Chinese. Because, oh, it is so great to get all those hits. Please just don't. So let me first go to for the people who want to just finish it, wrap it up quickly, but still want to know what China has done or is doing at this moment. What else is China doing to curb infections? Authorities across Guangdong province have vowed to take decisive and forceful measures to stop the spread of the disease. Those with symptoms such as fever, joint pain, or rashes are being urged to visit the nearest hospital so they can be tested for the virus. Authorities have instructed residents to remove stagnant water in their homes, such as in flower pots, coffee machines, or spare bottles, and warned of fines up to 10,000 yuan, that's about $1,400, if they don't do this, right? And I think that kind of makes sense. Because it comes from mosquitoes, and mosquitoes like water that is just there doing nothing. It draws mosquitoes, right? So that would, could potentially make you sick, at least a higher risk, because it's being transferred by mosquitoes. Now look at what they are doing. If you don't, they will fine you for 10,000 yuan, $1,400. That's a lot, especially in China. That's a lot of money. So they're actually doing harsh measurements. They are also releasing giant elephant mosquitoes that can devour English is not my first language, that can devour smaller chikungunya spreading bugs and an army of mosquito-eating fish. Last week, officials in Foshan released 5,000 of these larvae-eating fish into the city's lakes. In parts of the city, they are even flying drones to detect sources of stagnant water. Wow, that's the great thing that China uses its technique for, is also for all these kind of things. I never heard of somebody doing it. Maybe it's very common, I don't know, but to me it is something new. Some neighboring cities had ordered travelers from Foshan to undergo a 14-day home quarantine, but that has since been withdrawn. So they had to go under a 14-day home quarantine. It's from Foshan, so there are a lot of people that is also in Guangdong province, right? Actually, there's a lot of Wing Chun in Foshan. If anybody of you know Yipman, he is from exactly that town or city, whatever it is. Some people have compared these measures to those imposed during the pandemic and questioned their necessity. A user on Weibo wrote, these feel so familiar, but are they really necessary? That is actually criticizing. This is a typical way how Chinese people actually criticize, right? So they are actually referring to C-19 with their comment. These feel so similar. referring to C19, but are they really necessary, right? This is the way to communicate with your government. In the West, we would use all kinds of foul language and a lot of emotional stuff, but this is how you do it in China. So, and then you got a lot of what other people say, because they need to paint China in a negative light. And that is the weirdest thing, as we have noticed that there are others who have way more, right? Like Brazil. Bolivia had 4,721, Argentina had 2,836, and Peru 55. Well, that's not really important. It is a very common chikungunya virus. It is not something that just started, so please do not be too afraid. Don't let all these messages on TikTok and on YouTube scare you too much, but be cautious. You know what China ordered the people to do? Especially if you have plants, maybe with water which is just there still, it attracts mosquitoes. If you want to be a little bit more safe, throw it away. Make sure it is not there, right? Anyway, I just wanted to show this, and also because of the way it is being framed, everywhere you see now, oh, there's a new virus from China, and everybody is already getting angry at China. And that is just not right, okay? It is not right, because a lot of people will be hurt. And in fact, it is coming from other part in Africa, in Tanzania in 1952. And please don't be hateful to these people. They cannot help it. It's from a mosquito, for all things. So yeah, what can we do? Nature doesn't care about us, and nature also doesn't care about borders. And therefore, when there is sickness coming from wherever, do not be angry at those people. They are the same victims as you are. And for the people that are posting all these kind of shock value content, please be mindful that you also must give the correct evidence with it, and be correct to your viewers, because you're only creating hate. Let me know what you all think of this in the comment section, but please keep it respectful. We're not uncivilized barbarians, unlike the people that really want to do all these kind of hateful things or create hate. Or maybe they just want to have likes, but do not think that there are going to be a lot of victims because of they want to have 1 or 2 likes more. This was your favorite half Chinese. Please like, share, and if you have not yet, then follow. Also comment in the section. I need your comments a lot. Thank you. Have a great day.